Hello everyone and welcome to this new episode of Order Arif Kyle show. Today I'm having a special guest, Fatiha. She's actually a trainee in personal development field to become a mentor in the future soon. She is also an architect. She's been practicing architecture since 7 years. So hello, Fatiha.
Hello.
Thank you for being here today with us.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. I know you had it was a challenge for you to come to the studio because you're coming from another province, from Tipaza, from Kalia more precisely, and it's
Yes.
Friday. So I cannot thank you for this.
No, don't. You don't have to thank me.
I thank you so much.
Thank you.
Today we're gonna discuss an interesting topic about related to the Algerian society, more precisely the young people in the Algerian society. The topic title today is about the title of this episode is Marriage is a Private Affair. So let's start with my first question, Fatiha. Some people actually already know that they are in a toxic relationship. They know that their partners are actually toxic, and yet stay in that relationship, and then once married they will start like a family and have kids, and then chaos starts. What do you think about this? I mean, why do people rush into marriage even though they know that they are not getting along with each other? The one party has unbearable failings and unacceptable failings, but continues with this
Relationship.
continues with this partner to the extent of having kids. This is the problem.
Sometimes way before they have kids, they start to have problems because first of all they don't communicate with each other, because the main thing that every relationship should have is communication between the two partners. So when they start their relationship, first it's like heaven.
Yes.
They love each other, and they seem to have the idea of the perfect marriage, that it doesn't exist actually. So
What do you think that there is a psychologist, and the
Yes.
famous psychologist Dr. Jordan Peterson, who said that couples actually get married not because they think that, a lot of couples get married because they think that their partners are going to make them happy.
of course, it's main
And
idea.
we
We all have that idea in our minds, but it's fiction.
It's
fiction.
completely insane.
Yes.
Nobody is actually going to make you happy.
But yourself.
Of course.
Yes.
There is always ups and downs in this life.
In every relationship, even with our family, with our own family.
Absolutely. So the idea of marriage nowadays in our society is they think that they are going to heaven, they are going to change their lives forever. They think that their partners, if this guy, thinks that
the girl thinks that the man is gonna make every wish come true.
like a wizard. He has
Yes.
this.
But he's not. He's a human being just like her. She just have to understand him and wait for the proper time to make proposition. Like she doesn't have to change him. This is the main problem. She thinks that they are alike, but actually they are not, because men and women are very
They're
different.
completely different.
Completely
They
different.
come from
in
two
multiple
different
ways.
planets.
Multiple ways.
Absolutely. How's
Yes.
that?
It's the first of all, it depends on, it's their mentality, the atmosphere they grow up in,
Their upbringing,
the way of thinking.
their
Men
background.
and women don't think alike in every way. They don't think alike. But when you ask a woman, an Algerian woman, what's the ideal type of a man that you wanna get married to? She always they always say that they want someone who understands them and they think alike. Like, I want someone who, for example, شغل كيما أنا, like we say in our dialect, كيما أنا, يشبه لي.
في عقليتي وon a les
But
mêmes
actually,
objectifs.
It's impossible. You know, we can't have that because you are actually talking about a man. You're not talking about a woman. We are friends, but we are nothing alike.
Absolutely,
You get that?
yes.
So how do you expect for a man to think like a woman? It's actually impossible.
This is crazy.
So you have to understand the way he thinks in order to get along in a perfect relationship. That's why chaos, like you said before, starts in the early age of marriage. Like the first year, for example, it's a very, very critical one.
Yes, it is.
Because it's a new world for both of them.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, it's nothing like when they are engaged or they first met each other. They were completely strangers, but now when they get married, they have to be one, in one room, in one place,
Under the same roof, sharing everything together.
Yeah, and they wonder why problems started in the first place. They say, we were okay, we were doing well, he used to love
What
me,
happened?
and then, what happened?
What happened?
Well, girl, life happens.
Yes.
Life happens.
And this is what actually a lot of women claim that their partners at the very beginning of their relationship, they were like caring,
comprehensive,
they were loving,
yes.
They were
because he was trying to be perfect in her eyes.
He was like doing everything to chase this his future partner. But once they are married, he just like
he's gonna
goes back
to his
ordinary
habits.
Absolutely, to
Yes.
his ordinary daily routine life. So the question is, the issue here is that according to psychologists, that women, like you just said, don't understand men. They don't understand that they come from a different planet, just like John Gray
said in his book. Yeah.
He said that I highly recommend it to you guys.
Yeah,
because
I've read it twice.
Understand. I read it twice.
I can see why.
You can like get a lot of
point of view.
Yes,
because he has in his book he.
Yes. Okay.
So according to John Gray, in his famous book "Men Come from Mars and Women Come from Venus," he always explain and make us go through his patient's experiences. So in every chapter we have this women point of view and men point of view. So we are recommending this book so that women and both women and men should read them.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
This is why I was going to. I highly recommend this book to you guys because you will understand the differences between men and women's
in the way
of thinking and mindsets. They're completely different. But once you understand these differences, you will like you will be able to handle your everyday fights with your partner
exactly,
and everything.
because the author John Gray, he exposes many examples, but the American society is completely different than ours.
Yes,
so we have our own problems, our own issues, our own inner issues. So everyone is fighting a battle every day. So even our society is different from the US society. So we don't have the same issues. So maybe an example, they are fighting over a trip. We don't do that.
We don't fight. We don't argue.
We don't go out very often. So
this is a different story because
this is a different story.
Couples fights in our society
every day.
There might be other factors involved in there. We are going to talk about
different
the
issues.
Family
we have very different issues in our daily life.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So let's go back to our
main
first
subject,
main topic.
The marriage.
Yes.
The marriage life.
We stopped at the point that women just start complaining after marriage that their husbands, their partners,
they claim that they have changed.
And the truth is,
they are not.
They did not change.
Yeah.
This is their nature. This is a fact.
Their main personality. He didn't change
They
at
did
all.
not change at all.
He went back to his normal life.
To his normal life.
His normal personality. His normal attitude.
Absolutely. And psychologists say that شغل man, راجل, is like a lion. كيما هكذا lion who is chasing his prey. Once
he gets
his prey,
he leaves.
He's at ease.
Yes.
He leaves.
I get what I want.
But
in
relationships, according again to psychologists, women, when they fall in love with man, a woman, when she falls in love with a man, she gives her all. She loves
she expects more attention.
She always expects more attention. Yes. And she expects him to be like hers, to be like all the time, to be with her all the time,
to be available at any time.
This is wrong. This is dangerous. This is dangerous because you can never keep a man in a cage and lock him.
He doesn't belong into a cage.
This is not his nature.
The men. Well, let me say something. Men are always, they need freedom, because a man is always inside a cave, not a cage.
Mm-hmm.
So once he feels scared, he goes inside that cave. And when the woman when they sense this is danger for a woman, this is a danger zone,
she thinks that
he's going
leaving her.
No, he's going away and
and then he feel. You said that she feels like
she's in a
it
cage.
is a threat for her that her partner is going away, is going to leave her forever. هنايا حنا لي زالجيريان الرجال en général على حساب according to psychologists, على حساب لي بسيكولوج يقولوا باللي men and women come from different planets. الراجل يسحق some alone time,
some quality time,
and women still don't understand this. This is a fact. You have to accept it. النساء لازم يفهموا بلي راجل لازم يعزل روحو من داك، يكون سورتو الى واحد عنده لا بريسيون في الخدمه تاعو، يقدر باي اكزومبل يكون زعفان، واحد يكون قلقو، واحد يكون زعفو، يعني كاين
يكون يخمم في
بروجي تاعو باي اكزومبل ما على باليش يكون عنده بروبليم مع a friend. هو
inner issues in general.
Men have this tendency to solve problems. هما يحسوا توجور يكونوا يعطوه حلول المشاكل. Whereas women with their nature, they have this tendency to share everything, to talk about everything.
Yes.
Whereas men, no, they hide everything in the inside.
They isolate themselves.
وهي ماذا تجي تبدا تهدر وتقول علاش ماكش what is going on, what's wrong, what's the matter. ماشي يهدر معايا تبدل ايتو لا ما تبدلش.
He needs some time to figure things out. Yeah.
Yes.
To figure things out and to be more confident.
Yes.
With himself, and he's like a battery. So he needs to be recharged every once in a while.
Absolutely. وتاني هادوما امور اللي لازم فريمون يفهموهم.
With communication.
With communication, of course. علاش حنايا في les pays développés in developed countries like US, in Europe, a couple before they get married, they have like a list of conditions.
A contract.
Like
a contract.
They go to the notary public and they like set everything, all the conditions that
before marriage,
before getting married, before engagement. حنا لازمنا دوكا نتعلموا هذه الثقافه باسكو راهو مشكل كبير. خاطش مزوج عيبات راح تخرج كارثه لو كان زوج زعماتك يبداو ما يتفاهموش. هما كيفاش يقولوا هما صح تاع هما لب المجتمع. العائله هي لب المجتمع، والمجتمع والعائله منين تجي؟ من زوج شخصين، من رجل ومرأة يكونوا أسرة، يكونوا يعني تكون حياة مبنية على المودة، على الرحمة، على الاحترام، على الحب، وسورتو التفاهم والتواصل. دوكاتك نتوما إلا قبل ما الزواج ما درتوش لي كونديسيون تاعكم، نتيا ما قلتيلوش الأمور اللي تحبيهم، الأمور اللي ما تحبيهمش، عندك حياة، عندك ديزاكتيفيتي، عندك نشاطات تقومي بها، ما راكيش حابه تحبسيها مور الزواج، ديريهم. بصح حنايا البروبليم، حنا عندنا هديه، عندنا لي كونديسيون، عندنا شروط،
عندنا دي كاتيجوري كي اكسبت او ديبي ابري دو في
حالهم they change their minds. This is a huge problem. This is a huge problem, and this
is the key of every divorce. This is the main cause of divorce in Algeria.
Absolutely. وهذا البروبليم هذا تاع الشروط والكلمة surtout la parole, word. شغل men usually give
very important,
give their word, give a word
they sign
to their partner, to their significant one, and they will change their mind in no time. Right after marriage, everything changes completely. وشكون اللي بزاف يدور في حاله كيما نقولوا حنايا؟ شكون اللي بزاف؟ اسكو الراجل اللي يدور بزاف في حاله ولا المراه اللي تدور بزاف؟
sometimes it's both of them.
Sometimes both. But
because women can change. They change their attitude, they change their habits, the way their style, their living style. They sometimes they stop totally their activities and they cut off all their relationships. They stop talking to their friends. They stop doing sports, going out, shopping. I don't know. She will live only for him. Like
absolutely. This is
totally unacceptable.
This is unacceptable. This is completely insane. Like Dr. Jordan Peterson said that when a couple get married, for those who think that they are going to marry to be happy, this is completely insane. Nobody is going to make you happy. Absolutely no one.
If you are not happy in your household with your family, then you will never be happy
with your partner
elsewhere. Yes.
With anyone else.
Yeah, with anyone
absolutely
else. And you have to accept yourself first in order for him to accept you. If you're not confident, how can you expect him to respect you?
Of course.
He will not respect you. Écrasé carrément. You're not confident.
Yes.
You don't respect yourself first. How can you expect others to respect you?
Absolutely. And she gives her all in that relationship. And وهو كي يعرف باللي خلاص راهو كيما يقول الدكتور أحمد عمارة هدايا هو أخصائي نفسي مصري من مصر. قال باللي الرجل راهو اون فوا يعرف ديفوات تاع المرأة هذه اللي راهي الزوجة تاعو، يعرف ديفوات تاعها، المحاسن تاعها، تسمى positive things and negative things. خلاص شغل يعرفها كامل. he has like a full picture of her. هو ديجا راهو it's شغل ورقة رابحة. خلاص he earns her.
But she must we must keep some distance between us.
Absolutely.
We must stay an open book, but we can keep some chapters for ourselves. So that we can be mysterious. And this is the soul of a relationship. This is just like the beginning. They were totally strangers, and once they get to know each other, but she was mysterious to him, and he was mysterious to her. So then they began to understand each other,
to explore.
Slowly. Yes, and that was what was making that relationship good, and they made them both happy. But once they got married, this is all gone. They think they explored themselves, they know everything about each other, but the fact that this is not true. He has his own habits inside of her relationship
that he cannot get rid of or get away from. Yes, absolutely.
And that's why we need to keep some things to ourselves.
Absolutely.
And to let him think that we're not reachable. Maybe she's keeping something away from me, she's hiding things, and that's what he's doing. Then women always are complaining about why he's changed after marriage. We were happy together, we were
تبدل ولا كامل he's not caring ما يحبنيش.
No, because you were both wearing a mask. And once you were married, masks are gone. And you discovered the truth. And this is life. This is totally normal that you feel insecure, that you feel distant from each other. That's when a psychologist and a marriage counselor should interfere. And they must see a marriage couple counselor in the beginning, before they get married, so they prevent this from happening. Yes. But this is rare here in Algeria.
Yes.
In our society, this is when parents interfere.
Yes, this is why I call
pressures and society, cleanliness,
exactly.
And everything.
This is why I call this episode "Marriage is Private Affair." A lot of people in our society get married just to satisfy their parents' request,
or to get away from their household.
They think that they're going to be in heaven or something like that, which is absolutely
they will. And
wrong.
The idea of the man I'm gonna marry, he's gonna make my dreams come true. This is wrong. This is wrong.
The basis of marriage is to most of it. What we say in marriage, that the partners are going to be for each other in sickness and happiness. This is not our society. It doesn't happen. This is like the core of this is the real core of marriage, because people's character is gonna change, no doubt about it. And
not the characters, because they return to their origin state of mind. Because once they are exploring the field, like you said, the lion getting his prey. Though the lion is a man, and the prey is a woman, a gazelle or anything. I don't know. So once he's chasing her, this is the funny part. So once he gets her, he will be at ease.
Yeah. He
she's
will
mine.
return.
She's totally
He
mine.
will return.
Whatever I do, she's always gonna accept me and
Accept
be
me
with me.
and,
But they have to keep distance. They have to communicate with each other to understand both ways, because the lion was living his way. He's living his life. He had his friends. He had certain activities to do. He was living his life.
And he was going back to this life.
Yeah, but
not because he ماشي خاطش كي تزوج
حيتبدل.
ماشي خاطش كي تزوج هما ديجا على باس ماشي هما على باس ماشي كي يتزوجوا خلاص ينساو حياتهم وينساو طبيعتهم.
No, they will continue to live their lives.
صح المرأة تشوف باللي خلاص كي تزوجت خلاص عندي غير راجلي، بصح عندك نشاطات ديريهم مليحة لا ديستانس بيناتكم، خلوا شوية مسافة، كاين شوية واحد لازم يرتاح شوية يعتزل، واحد يكون عيان يروح ما على باليش عنده الرياضة تاعو
to get away, to put some distance between them, like as if they were strangers.
Yes, absolutely.
They need some time to recover from.
Yes.
I don't know, maybe he hurt her verbally or physically, I don't know.
Yes.
But they need some distance to recharge the battery.
Yes.
The battery of relationship.
Absolutely. وهنا في الجزائر كاين يقول لك واحد اللي يشوف واحد سيليباتير، واحد مزوج يشوف واحد سيليباتير يقول والله راكا غير ريح سيليباتير يا اخو، وهذاك سيليباتير يقول على هذاك المزوج والله راهو تزوجي يا اخو.
No one is satisfied.
دار تاويل. وهذاك المزوج يقول واش متاويل
راني فيك كدا وكدا وكدا.
تما دوكاتيك هذاك من هذاك اللي مزوج ديجا يكون كاره، وكاين لي نو بصح دوكا لا باز تاع
صح n'a pas essayé de trouver وعلاش راهو كاره،
علاش
واش تبدل،
ما يحوسوش يفهموا
واش تبدل عليك، ما كنت مليح.
فوالا.
You were great, you were having fun, you were in love.
This is
what happened in life.
دوك نفهموا علاش هادوك اللي كارهين وندموا منا، هادوك اللي ندموا حاجه باينه. كاين بزاف عوامل. دوكا نقولوا private marriage ولا public affair family affair ماشي private affair. حنا لازم نفهموا بلي it's private affair. بصح في الجزائر يدخلوا اللي يجي من الدرايو اروح تزوج لازم نزوجك وليدي
الخالات
انا نخاف نموت وما نشوفش ولادك. هذه هي العفسه هذه هي الاغنيه اللي يسمعوها لهم لي بارون هما كلش على كل حال. بصح لي بارون شوفوا لي بارون الوالدين هما كلش يعني كاين. بصح لازم كيفاش يقولوا شغل الحقيقه لازم توقال. بصح كاين يعني there are parents who are toxic, who are really toxic, not only when it comes to the marriage of their kids, but they are toxic in all other situations. كاين اللي زعماتيك
they impose
they force their kids to do something that they don't have any interest in it and they don't want to do, even when it comes to their education. ما في الدراسة تاعهم التخصص تاعهم كاين يوم دايرين تخصصات والله ما هو اصلا في الاعماق تاعو والله ما كاش حاب يديروا. يقول
they're not satisfied with everything in their life. How can they be satisfied with
ورجعوهم تاني شغل رجعوهم dependent not autonomous. شغل ما عند ils sont pas autonomes. surtout نهدر surtout على ils sont pas autonomes. ما يقدروش شغل they are not mature. شغل ما عندهمش لا maturity ما لحقوش لا ريسبونسابيلتي ما عندهمش. كل حاجه تجيهم هادوما لي بارون اللي يجيبوا كل حاجه لولادهم يلحقوها لهم لفمهم. هادوما لي زونفون تاعهم هما اللي رايحين يخرجوا ما غير نافا ما تكون عندهم حتى مسؤوليه
because they did exactly the opposite way of what their parents educated them.
Exactly.
So they have a problem.
Okay.
With educational system is wrong.
Is it
totally wrong?
The education, yes.
وهادوك
اللي يقول لك
and sometimes these parents have issues with how they were raised in the first place.
Yes.
Maybe his parent, maybe the parent of today, his parent in the past imposed him his lifestyle of today.
So he was shaped his life.
Yes, he shaped his life. So he's doing the same thing for his kids, or he can change that and do the opposite way. Either ways are wrong.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we need to let the children express themselves, decide not everything, but decide who are they gonna marry with, decide which what they want to study,
specialty,
what they want to study, decide.
Maybe you can parents, I mean, يقدروا ينصحوا ولادهم للاختصاص، يقدروا ينصحوهم بصح ماشي يفورسيوهم باش يديروا حاجه اللي بعدا
to live on their own dreams.
Exactement.
I'm living for myself. I'm speaking for myself. Yes. I'm living for myself, not for anybody.
Yes. This is what it has what life.
So we have to love ourselves, accept ourselves, be responsible for our decisions, so that can we be responsible for our kids in the future.
Yes. دوكاتيك هادوما لي بارون دات اللي حكموا في الحياة تاع ولادهم.
It's gonna make them dependent.
Exactement.
They are followers. Like I'm gonna follow my.
ما عندهمش الحكم الذاتي، ماشي مستقلين، وما عندهمش روح المسؤولية تاني.
They have no sense of responsibility.
They spoil them. شغل يفشوهم كيما يقولوا، يفشوهم بزاف. ومن بعدا واش كاين البروبليم تاع for example when not only I said for the marriage thing كاين تاني هذا I mean since we are talking about marriage كاين تاني اللي الحق هو راجل الحق وقت هو ديسيدا باش يتزوج خلاص تزوج مازال هو راهو ديبوندون دو سي بارون تلقايه عنده المسكن ما عندوش مسكن خاص ديالو ما عندوش يعني السياره تاعو الخاصه تاعو حتى الاموال راهو يصرف عليه بابا انا نهضر على ماشي كامل بيان سور كاين ماشي كامل some certain men are like this. They are totally dependent of their parents. If not their parents, their grandparents. If not their grandparents,
they depend on someone.
aunties or خالته ولا عمته ولا يماه ولا باباه ولا جداته ولا جدو يخليله دوكاتك هنايا راهو تزوج وهو ما عنده والو وهو عايش شغل بالرزق تاع باباه الدار تاع باباه طونوبيل تاع باباه كلش تاع باباه دوكاتك البروبليم راهو زوجوه كاين تاني اللي خرجت هديه تاع عنده مسكن يدي طابق له والزوجه تاعو جيت تسكن زوجة تاعو مع العائلة تاعو بصح زعما يقولوا راهم سيباري على لي بارون طابق ليه وطابق لي بارون.
But in real life they are living under the same roof.
ما كاش منها باسكو راهم هنا دوكاتيك يوقع مشكل لو كان زعماتك يصرا كاش بروبليم مع between like this the wife and parents or anyone ولا أي مشكل مع بينهم الزوجين ولا مع الزوجة والزوجين مع لي بارون هادوما مع the parents in law
grandparents
هي يسموها المهم في رمشة عين وش كي يزعف هاد الأب إذا كان هو إنسان تاكل على بابه في كلش يقول له الأب تاعو فوالا حط مفاتح تاع الدار حط مفاتح تاع طونوبيل ارفد زوجة تاعك ارحالو دوك في هاد الحالة يعني انا شفتها في يعني من بعد some acquaintances of mine some friends of mine I heard a lot of testimonials in this matter دوكاتيك كي صراو هادوما حوادث كيما هادوما لو كان نتايا كنت انسان ريسبونسابل وما عندك حاجه ديالك خاطش هادوما عباد لي ما يصراوش هاد المشاكل ماشي تاع تمتم يقول لك حاط شتو كيفاش دوكا يبداو المشاكل تاع الزواج خاطش ما عندهم حتى علاقه بالمسؤوليه و they rush شغل يجريو باش يتزوجوا. هذا مشكل عويص شغل. هو ما راهوش واجد يقول لك علاش، يقول لك
دراهم a certain age.
Not only age.
Yes.
Age doesn't matter. Maybe you can find someone who is really young, but
he can take responsibility.
He is responsible
because he was raised well. This is an educational
he has
problem.
got an upbringing that taught him to be responsible.
Yes. From his childhood.
علاش حنا دوكا في لي بي ديفلوبي نلقاوهم باللي شغل يلحق لاج دو 18 واقيلا 18 سنه يخرجوا. حنا بالك ما عندناش هاديه بصح يا سيدي. حنا
16 ans depuis l'âge de 16 ans
يخرجوا يعلموا المسؤوليه بصح. اسكو نتوما شفتوا في developed countries in a lot of instances شفتوا بدوك واحد يتزوج ويروح يعيش مع سي بارون يا سيدي. اسكو شفتوا واحد
there are families who are living well with each other.
It's about responsibility. You're not ready to be responsible.
Yes.
How on earth can you manage a household? How on earth can you be a parent? Are you gonna be
responsible for human beings in the first place?
If you cannot like afford
if you're not responsible for yourself.
Absolutely.
Men, there are some who are not responsible for themselves.
هادوما المشكل بصح منين جا شكون اللي يمدلو هاد
les parents.
Parents, toxic parents. They are toxic. In some instances they are toxic because they spoil their children a lot, and in some cases they torture them. They torture them because of physical aggression. They beat them. Some parents force their children to specialize in specialties they don't like. Some parents talk down to their children. They make them lose their self-esteem. كاين دي بارون اللي يجرحوا ولادهم بالكلام، كاين دي بارون اللي
This is a way of education. Everyone
هادوما كامل يتراكموا هادوما العوامل كامل
and they form a personality.
They will shape a personality of a future man or future woman
who are gonna raise his children,
new generation,
according to how he was raised.
This is what.
So this is creating a more bigger problem than the previous one.
Of course.
So we must work on this by seeing psychologists. It's nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong with seeing and going to see and consult a psychologist at a young age. Whenever you feel down, whenever you feel sad, whenever you feel like there is no one can help you, either for women, both women and men. And the sad thing that we don't have marriage counselors in Algeria.
This is such a shame.
Yeah, this is very, very sad. If we do have that, it will solve so many problems. It will decrease the amount of divorce
rate.
Yes, the rate of divorce in Algeria, because it's very high.
It's very high, and the worst thing is that children are suffering. Children are suffering
and
a lot.
Think of that before having children.
Of course.
They have to understand each other before thinking of having children. Absolutely. Because it will make things much worse.
Absolutely, this is the point. A lot of couples are once married, they rush into having into starting family, even though they are still in the exploratory, like this is the discovery.
They're still
stage.
discovering each other.
Discovery stage. Psychologists call this a discovery stage.
It can take 1 year to 2
years, maybe more in some instances.
For some cases, it only takes a few months. Because when the man is responsible, when he's communicative, like he communicates with his partner all the time, then where's the problem?
Mm-hmm.
They understand each other. They are completely safe. They are in a safe environment. Then what prevents having kids?
Yes, this is the point.
They are a rare category of men.
You said it, rare.
They are
This
very
is
rare.
rare.
Responsible men who can really understand the meaning of marriage, the
Not
the
only
meaning
men,
of
men
this
and women,
communion.
both of them.
Yes,
Both parents.
because it's
it's
like
a must.
no. This marriage is not a prison. It's like you are changing you're changing your household. You're changing not your habits, but your responsibilities. You're changing. Marriage is not a prison. First of all, they need to understand that, and some have good parents who can console them, who can
Give them
advices,
helpful
like
advice.
how they should start a family, how he should, when the man, his mother, can talk to him, how he should treat his wife. She's not an object, for example.
She's not a toy.
She's not a toy. She's a human being just like you. You need to respect her. You need to fulfill her needs. Like,
And
we
the
need
same
to
thing for
provide her a better life. You're not a sorcerer, but you can do better. These things can be worked on. Like, it doesn't happen like this. These things need some time in order for them to understand each other, because in the first few months they are still discovering themselves, and here where lies it can create some difficulties at first, but they can work it on.
This
that's
is
all.
it. Yes.
Yeah.
Um.
Communication is the key,
Yes, communication.
and they need to understand each other first, respect each other, respect themselves,
be honest to each other.
honest.
Because lies are
Yes.
like.
Not only lies, we can.
Yes.
Yeah,
Lies
sometimes we
is,
cannot run from that.
Lies can really break marriage.
Yeah, but seeing a psychologist in our society is not it's not very common for people to go see a psychologist. It's seen like a bad thing,
Yes.
as if he has some
Mental
issues, but in
But
fact
it's
it's
not
very relieving. You can talk to the psychologist more freely than talking to your friend, than talking to your mom sometimes.
Yes, absolutely.
So it can solve more it can solve not every problem, but most of them.
Most of them. Absolutely.
Because sometimes when you feel
depressed or
not
down,
depressed, when you feel like bahar,
lost.
when you feel lost, you need a hand
Yes.
so you can reach and grab it, and this is when the psychologist should interfere.
absolutely.
Yes.
هنا في الجزائر ما عندناش ثقافة تاع بسيكولوج يقول لك على نروح بسيكولوج عايش تشوف فيا
مهبول.
انا
Yes.
علاش انا مهبول انا نروح بسيكولوج ما نزيدش تهضري لي على بسيكولوج راني هايله راني بعقلي انا ما نزيدش تهضر لي يا خو نزيدش كاع تهضر لي على بسيكولوج الوغ كو على بالهم باللي بسيكولوج راه يعاونهم كاين كاين I bumped into a post one day of a prescription, like it was a medical certificate drawn up by a psychologist. هذا لو بسيكولوج سيتي ان بسيكولوج ماروكا شفت لوردونونس تاعو كتبها لواحد المريض patient of him.
Yes.
وش كتب لي الطلاق بدون أطفال أفضل بكثير من الطلاق بالأطفال. علاش؟ خاطش الزوج يقدر مور زواج يقدر يبانو عنده مشاكل عصبية، بالك يكون أغريسيف يضرب،
Maybe he has a certain disease.
بالك يكونوا عنده مشاكل صحية، شغل يكون عنده مرض خطير. بايزون زوجة تاني تقدر تكون عندها مشاكل نفسية ولا الصحة تاعها، تما خلوا شوية وقت. هو على according to this psychologist أنا عجبني وش قال. على كل حال it's my opinion.
Yes.
عجبني وش قال take time to explore each other, then you can have kids. At least
think about having kids.
على الأقل كي ما تتفاهموش ويصراو مشاكل بيناتكم الطلق ديفورس يقعد دائما، طلاق يقعد حلال.
الحل
هو
خير بصح
ابغى الحلال بصح يقعد حلال ويقعد سوليوشن، يعني حل للزواج هذا اللي يحيي.
when they try everything and it doesn't work out,
exactly,
then divorce is the first solution that
is
comes
the
up.
simple, is like the ultimate solution for them.
When they can't, when there is no solution, there is no way they can live with each other, but they have to make things out. I mean, they have to understand where is the problem. We need to understand why is he reacting this way, why did he change or did I change. It has multiple causes.
Yes. And most of all,
these troubles can comes from many causes.
Yes.
So
such as,
like we said earlier, they doesn't understand each other. They doesn't the keepers. She wants to keep him.
This is a good point.
No matter what.
This is a good point. This is a good point. عجبني هاد النقطة، عجبتني بزاف على خاطرش هادوما people partners keeper. هذا partner keeper هو يشوف باللي هذاك الإنسان اللي راهو معاه
they are in trouble.
Toxic.
Yes. In a toxic relationship.
It is a toxic relationship. صح هكذاك يقعد
they still together. They hold on to that person.
علاش عليك هاد الشيء وعلاش انتي علاش عليك هاد الشيء.
You must move on with your life.
Why are you doing this to yourself? Why are you destroying your life? علاش الناس في الجزائر يحسبوا زواج هو كلش، لازم نتزوج. خاطش يما قالت لي معليش دوك يماك تحب لك
society will look at
علاش بصح انا دوك في تطور. علاش دوك انت تتزوج زواج مليح باش تكون مع باش تتهنى. علاش يقولوا واحد اللي يتزوج ان شاء الله نقولوا ربي يهنيه، مبروك عليه، ربي يهنيه. دوك اذا انت راح تتزوج وعلى بالك بلي هذاك الانسان ماشي مليح، خاطش على بالك علاش يخمو سايكولوجيست، اطباء، اخصائيين نفسانيين واش يقولوا بلي هادوما اللي يشدوا في العلاقه هما في راسهم يقولوا بلي حنسي نبدلوا. هي تقول حنسي نبدلوا، هو تاني يقول حنسي نبدلها.
Yes.
This is insane. Nobody is going to change for anyone else. Just keep it in mind.
You just have to
maybe
work
it's going
things out.
to get worse, not going to change.
Yes.
Maybe he is going or she is going to get worse and worse, not the opposite.
Yes.
باش تتبدل للمليح ما
Things
يتبدلوش.
are not going to get better if they start from the wrong place.
Exactly.
And you don't. I'm talking to women right now. You don't have to keep your partner just because you depend on him. Like you feel like you need to be with someone, but sometimes you need to be with yourself. You need to be on your own in order to love yourself first, in order to love someone else.
Justement, دوك نلحقنا هذا point تاع love. They claim I love him.
I need to be with someone. This is idea sticks with them.
Yes.
I need to be with him.
I love him. Do you really understand the meaning of love? دوكاتك هذا الإنسان لا راهو يشوف فيك انتيا تحبيه و you think that هو يحبك، ولا نتايا إنسان راك تشوف باللي نتايا تحب هذيك لا بيرسون هذيك وقت تشوفها بلي هي الزوجة المستقبلية الإيديال، يعني المثالية، وانتيا كي تشوفي فيه الزوج المستقبلي المثالي. دوك انتيا think to yourself, say and ask yourself this question. دوكا منا ل 10 سنين وعلى بالي به بلي توكسيك، وعلى بالي به بلي عنده يعني كيفاش يقولوا ديفوات اللي ما تقدريش تصبر عليهم. ما كاين ديفوات اللي واحد يقدر يصبر عليهم، كاين ديفوات
acceptable and there are ones that are not.
مثلا واحد تشوفه يعني اغريسيف اللي يلحق لو بوين ماشي تاع اللي يروح عنده ساك دو بوكس في كاراج يبوكسه ولا راح يكسر طباسه اغريسيف ليك نتيا يجي يضربك يخلخلك يلحقك لي زورجونس ولا القبر ديريكتومون هذا it is criminal he is a criminal هذا يا دوكا تقبلي به اسكو كي تشوفيه بلي he is a good parent he is going to be a good parent to your kids are you crazy
No way.
are you insane
And sometimes
are you
even
going
in
to change a criminal
No, he's not yet criminal, but
yes I'm
he's
saying
criminal
that
to
he
himself
like he beats
first.
her no
Yeah,
هذا
yeah.
c'est un défaut
Sometimes a woman, once they get engaged to someone, he starts they يسبها. هي فرحانة.
he doesn't accept he doesn't respect her
He's a man. Where is your self-respect? Respect yourself. How can you accept that? اليوم يسبك غدا واش يدير فيك؟
under the
Donc
same
هذه
roof can you
normalement
imagine your life under the same roof with
نورمالمون
this
يشوفوا البعيد ما تشوفيش غير الضك نورمالمون تاني يكون عندنا je ne sais pas comme un test à faire avant de se marier كما يديروا des analyses normalement يديروا a form you have to fill out a form and the partner must read our form
yes
like it will and this is a psychologist work and marriage counselors we need to have this thing like to understand the partner how the way he thinks the way he responds in certain we need to ask him questions like in certain situations we need and the psychologist here can
determine
يعس
he can watch his behavior how he reacts
facial expressions once he's feeling the question he's responding to certain questions and
the same thing with a woman
with women and men both of them should make and take a test in order to more understand the responsibility of a marriage. This is not just two people getting together. They are going to live together and start a family and be a part of this society. وجزء كما يقولوا فعال في المجتمع in order to raise their children in a better way and in a safe environment.
Yes. بزاف ما يخموش هكذا بزاف كما قلت لك يشوفوا هذوما toxic partners keepers are the worst. يعني هاك
if you're unhappy then you should leave him.
راك كونسيون بلي هذا الانسان ماشي مليح بصح تكمل راكي شايفه انت راك شايف بلي deep
down
inside you don't feel fine you don't feel
feel insecure enough
you don't feel secure Ntia, you don't feel secure you don't accept when he yells maybe he's yelling
no yelling sometimes
something
can be
acceptable a little bit but there are some failings that are not acceptable at all
and life does not stop there life is going on with or without him or without her I don't know if it's a man then you should let go of your partner if he is not going to change for the better not change his way of thinking or attitude or personality but they need to work on together in order to get on with life and walk the same path because sometimes you look at a married couple but they don't seem married they seem like everyone is living his life everyone is living in a different household this is
because they are forced as if
but they need to you're not happy with your life then you should
leave this life
make an end to it
so yes this is a huge problem in our society some women marry just to have kids can you believe this even though they know they are aware of the toxic partner they are with but so don't
in this life there is ups and downs good people and bad people everywhere all around the world it's not only in our society so we must work on ourselves first and then look for a better person and if you are positive you will have positive persons around you. If you are a negative one, then you should start seeing a psychologist.
Yes, sure. Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Can we wrap it up?
So thank you so much, Fatiha, for your intervention today.
Thank you for having me.
Everything you shared with us today.
Yes.
It was a pleasure. It was so fruitful. We learned a lot today. We addressed some issues that are that pose a real problem in our
relationships.
society, in a relationship, and this is like
we hope that it will reach women and men in our society and make some difference. We hope that we can make a difference.
هذا السوجي راهو سوجي يعني كبير
Oui, c'est très vague.
الوقت كامل شغل قد ما نهضروا
It's not enough.
كاين
It's not enough.
شهادات كاين
Yes.
بزاف
Examples
بزاف شغل ما قد ما نهضروا الوقت حتى خلاص لا جورني خلاص النهار وحنا حنزيدوا نهضروا.
But I really enjoyed it.
But we just summarized some important
topics.
Points concerning marriage in our society. Thanks again, Fatiha. I will see you in the next episode. Thank you guys for watching. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.